Well, we both did MAC camp, which is
We did.
multi-arts,
Multicultural.
multicultural arts camp. Ashley as an intern and I just as a floater. I would help out wherever. And that was a lot of memories there too, a lot of different children. The arts camp provides camp for children at risk that might not otherwise get to go to camp.
Which is actually the coolest thing ever.
It
Like when
is.
these kids go to
It
camp,
is.
they're like, I've never
I get to go to
I get to go to
camp.
camp, and when they tell you the stories of, well, I've actually never been to camp before, it kind of just,
What's camp? You know,
yeah,
we've
what do
heard
we do at
about
camp?
it.
And because I don't know, growing up, going to camp is just something you did, and it was fun, and you got to go and play games, and have
Yeah, and
fun,
these
and it's
kids
just
couldn't because they're at risk. They could wander off. They could go. They could leave. Or you think that, but Free Arts has it structured so that they've thought of all those things. They've taken care of all those things that could be difficult, and they have staff that know how to deal with children that really have inner control issues, which is probably one of the memories I have of seeing a child. They knew he was going to lose it at some point. Because of past years and because of certain behavior patterns. I didn't know what was going on, but for me to sit back and watch it was amazing that, yes, the kid did eventually get to the verge where he was losing it, and they were able to scoop him up and surround him with all this wonderfulness that sorry, they were able to reel him back in. And he didn't have to leave the camp. He could stay there and he could participate. And to see him be reeled in and learn how to deal with himself and his surroundings was wonderful. It really embodies what free arts means.
when I was preparing to come here today, I was actually thinking of a story from Matt Camp, and it was this little boy, and I can't remember his name, but he was probably 6 or 7 years old, and he something was wrong with his hands, and I just would see him struggle trying to color in or use scissors, and so I remember really just honing in on him and making sure that he got to complete the project, so that if he wasn't able to cut something, I would cut it for him, or if he needed help coloring something in because he couldn't hold the pencil right, or it looked like it pained him, we'd get it colored in, and he became my best buddy in the entire world, and he ended up having a blast because you could tell he was really frustrated by the fact that he couldn't use his hands properly. And I remember on the last day of camp, he's like, do you want to know what happened to my hands? And I was like, well, if you want to tell me, of course, I will listen to you. Well, I was bad, and my mom made me touch the stove. And I just remember in that moment going, oh my God, I can't lose it. I just can't lose it because this kid has just opened up to me. And who knows if he's been able to talk to this with any other adults. And I think I just ended up grabbing him and giving him a big hug and then saying, let's go work on your art project. And it just, oh, it blew my mind and it broke my heart. And it was so meaningful to me that he felt like he could open up to me and share that with me, and that he knew that I wasn't going to make fun of him or judge his mother or anything like that. It was just this, he trusted me. And I think that's, another thing is that these kids so often, they don't trust adults because of whatever experiences they have had prior to coming to those situations. And so it's so touching when one of the children can trust you and things like that.